This in the case of people and types of people, and they've been categorized into personality types, and combinations of those types in a certain combination can be very detrimental to something. The case being here in this instance, or what has been noticed through countless observations and documenting the whole thing over time and whittling out the various possibilities of behaviour, of the reasons of doing such behaviour, and it has the conclusion has been arrived at, and it's simply the people who did thwart and stop, hinder and really fuck shit up for a flow of progress which they knew they were holding up. Whether they really consciously thought of it, I don't know, because it's so obvious that that's what they did. It's the microcosm and the macrocosm, yeah? So people had all the evidence, as in the person in their life is going a bit intense, yeah? Trying to get things across to a wider audience. Obviously their friends kind of know what they're talking about, but they're essentially trying to get it across to a wider audience because they do have all the information, yeah? Their friends can't be bothered to look at this information, so they can't really fully back them up, even though they could look at the information. It's very easy to them. In order for them to kind of side properly, otherwise they would just let them get on with it, not quite realising to the full extent of what it was, yeah. And they had all the opportunity to actually validate it for themselves, what I was going on about, yeah. But they didn't. They actually went the other way and preferred to tell people that I was just mad and stuff, and really dismiss what I was going on about. I'd get this from other people. You're not going on about those Scientologists again here. I'm like, what? They caught them out, and they know that as well. And they knew that's what scared them, was the potential of this, of someone finding something out, right? It really did scare them, that potential. And it's their own friend. They purposefully did not want this to come out, so they would hinder it, and they actually got sent validation emails, which they sat on. They showed me one. I got shown them once or twice, and really underplayed. But in fact, these emails are statements, written statements from these people who actually validated everything that I said. So the people who got sent to, they turn around to the next person and explain to them about the reason why I was going a bit intense, because these emails would have explained, but they didn't. The person next to them is in their partner, but he's like, oh, what's he on about? He's still going on about that. Like, they don't realise what their partner held up just by sitting on these emails and just not showing me. It's they wanted to keep to their own perception of reality, was that I was just going on about nothing. It wasn't important. Things were linking up, too many things that I was finding that I was going on about were linking up, and they just didn't like it. Like, why? It's actually making more sense now. No, they just preferred it when it was just sketchy and they had their own perception of reality. Honestly, it's like it was a threat to control. Yeah, so when they organised that paint attack thing, which they did get organised, don't lie and say they didn't, because it did, why wouldn't this get brought up, these emails? Because they both saw them. That's like real bad. Oh man, it's going against everything. Good. To block someone's blessings, which would have been all round blessings for everyone, because everyone played the part in this. And people did commit themselves to really do a good job at showing themselves that how much they can purposefully suffocate someone else's progress and findings, no matter what they're in life. And everyone was in the position to fully acknowledge it wouldn't take anything away from them. It would actually excel them if they understood it from this unique perspective, which is the original one, not everyone else's fantasy stories about what it's about. Because if you remember, it was kind of me which got roped into this forum anyway. I was the one doing Orgonite, doing radionics, and I'm the one who attracted their attention by doing that type of stuff. Not blowing my own trumpet, but that's the case. And everyone knows it, but even when they underplay it, they underplay the Orgonite thing and everything, because they know that gets everyone's acknowledged that. You know what that is. It's incredible. The extent of what people have held back purely just because they might have had to retrack, or at that point it wasn't as if they were very much in the wrong. They've actually put themselves in the wrong by being so desperate to try and keep someone else down from speaking their truth. And that's what it's about. That's the only reason Loveday did what he did. He was pissed off at the fact that I'd carried on for such a long time talking about the same thing, everything that he dismissed in the first place, even though he didn't look at any of the evidence, ignored because it didn't roll with his perception of reality. I found out more and more stuff, and he would dismiss it, and kind of like he was playing devil's advocate. And I was thinking, well, if I can't get this'll. But in the end, it kind of like too much stuff was there for him to disregard. So he moved away, and then he actually saw those emails that the group email was sent, acknowledged them, and they were sent over a period of about 18 months, about a year and a half, along with comments on my YouTube videos at that time from 2018 to 2019 through. That's bad. All the while they were just obviously not explaining anything to anyone else, because these emails do really validate and clarify every reason why I went that way, why my behaviour changed, why I went so mad at people. It explains. So they kept this from people. They'd rather other people think that I'm mad and stuff, roll with that, and not show them the full pictures in these emails and really play them down to the point where they actually don't freaking see them as anything special, but they are. They really are. These emails validated everything, and it came from the actual people who I caught out. So yeah, it's irrefutable. They can't escape this. They can't escape this. The fact that they did that, and they really are trying desperately for it not to be more well known by any other people. So it's difficult, isn't it, to actually expose these people in the first place, with the original people, with my so-called friends knowing everything about it. and they were the ones who sat on the information for time, over enough time for them to, it'd be seriously questioned. Why withhold that evidence? Why keep someone in a state of what type of state was I in? I was trying to get it across to a wider audience, and I was saying to the YouTube audience, can someone fucking discern here? There's some discernment on the scene. No one can discern. No one realises what they think. All crimes are the same. So these crimes against humanity, sort of psychological stalking and psychological harassment online, going on for years, sending people crazy, sending people to the point of suicide, is just as much of a crime as smoking weed. It's just like, you fucking weirdos, really are. And how things when they suit them, like they will believe in horoscopes if it suits them. If it doesn't, they won't. All the excuses, it's fucking shit. And they really, just by going out their way to keep this hush, as in all the emails that their partners are going to go, what emails? The ones that they've not shown you, he's not shown you, it's he. Yeah, them emails, which validated and clarified everything. That was making me look like a lunatic. It's pretty sick, really, what they do, and actually not only do that though, but actually put it more into people's minds that I'm that way. That's bad, man. Really bad. Anyway, the Orgonite thing, that's what binds everything together. It solidifies everything. There was a reason. There's a reason for everything. And the crystal inclusion. Crystal clear. Yep. That's the way it is. People can't deny it. People will find it hard to talk about anything without, say, stepping into the Orgonite realm or something. In this circle anyway. In this story. Definitely. Okay.